addressing student diversity using the adaptive dimension and record of adaptation. In Greater Saskatoon Catholic Schools, we are committed to creating a faith-filled learning environment for every student, providing adaptations in educational settings for students in kindergarten to grade 12 is essential for ensuring that all students have equitable access to learning opportunities and can reach their full potential. To get us thinking about diversity, let's consider this statement. In this image, is this fair? What is our role as educators to ensure we provide students with the supports they require to be successful? In Greater Saskatoon Catholic Schools, our student learning model is based on the belief that all students can learn. The question we need to regularly reflect on when planning for students is, what do we do when they struggle? The GSCS student learning model provides us with a framework for how we respond when students struggle or require enrichment. All of our programming provides quality core instruction. However, within specific programming, students may access instruction based on specific outcomes or individualized goals. In PLUS, within all of our programming, we support students who struggle or may require enrichment. The next 3 levels, which include focused, specialized, and intensive, are programming supports that occur when transition information, current student achievement, and diagnostic assessment outlines a student struggling or requires enrichment and would benefit from adaptations and accommodations. Decisions for accessing these levels of support are made collaboratively in consultation with the school team and parents or guardians. A critical practice in teaching that is necessary in our approach to meeting the needs of diverse learners. The term is called differentiation. Differentiation is a mindset, a belief, a philosophy, a way of thinking about teaching and learning. It is about careful planning and teaching to create the best possible learning experience through whole group, small group, or individual teaching and learning. While differentiation is about a mindset, adaptations are about the strategies we use to support all learners. We refer to the supporting documents from the Ministry regarding the adaptive dimension and adaptations for supporting diverse learning needs. The big ideas from these documents include making adjustments in educational courses specific to the environment, instruction, and assessment practices. Adaptations change how we teach and assess, not what we teach. Therefore, adaptations do not provide an unfair advantage to students. It is important to note that adaptations are a student's right and a teacher's responsibility. Saskatchewan curriculum asks teachers to use their professional judgment and moral imperative to determine when a student requires adaptations. The role of adaptations are to maintain the integrity of the approved curriculum while ensuring we provide students the opportunity to best represent what they know and are able to do. Here are some additional considerations when planning for adaptations. Adaptations are adjustments made to the environment, instruction, and assessment. Curricular outcomes are not altered. Adaptations can be used by all students or individuals. Adaptations remove or lessen the barriers for all students to be successful. Adaptations support course expectations. They involve parents, and students' understanding of adaptations accessed, and offer realistic adaptations bridging to post-secondary adaptations. Who receives adaptations? The reality is that all students can access adaptations with or without medical documentation. Some students in your classroom may have already been identified as requiring adaptations. For instance, those students with a diagnosed learning disability. But there will be other students who have not yet been identified through documentation. As teachers, you have the professional responsibility to make adjustments and offer adaptations to meet the needs of your students. Adaptations may be needed due to anxiety, mental health issues, personal and family crisis, or addictions. They may also be required when students are English language learners. In this next set of images, please consider the phrase, fair is not always equal. In the first image, equality is about sameness. It promotes fairness and justice by giving everyone the same thing. But it only works if everyone starts from the same place. In this picture, equality only works if everyone is the same height. In the second image, equity is about fairness. It is about making sure that people have access to the same opportunity. Sometimes our differences and/or history can create barriers to participation. So we must first ensure equity before we can enjoy equality. And finally, in the last image, all three students can see the game without any supports or adaptations because the case of inequity has been addressed and the barrier has been removed.
Several years ago, a division-wide committee was developed to design this record of adaptations, which is also coined ROA. It contains universal adaptations for supports within environment, instruction, and assessment to support student diversity in kindergarten through grade 12 education, and provides transition to adaptations also offered in post-secondary institutions. These adaptations offer fair opportunities for students to show what they know and can do. A few examples of universal adaptations within environment might include the use of a day planner or a digital calendar for organization of assignments and exams, a separate, quiet place to work, or perhaps building in the odd break. Within instruction, adaptations may include extra time to complete assignments and projects, prioritizing assignments to support students in developing time management skills, organizational skills, providing a copy of notes for students who struggle with note-taking, allowing students to access a calculator and access technology for a variety of supports, including reading, writing, spelling, and grammar. The record of adaptations also offers support to students requiring adaptations for assessment, some of which may include a longer writing time, a scribe to record responses and read to students. Adaptations to assessment practices may also include different ways to demonstrate learning, whether it is writing an exam or completing a project. This slide provides an overview of how adaptations and modifications impact assessment and evaluation. For students who do not require access to adaptations within regular course assessment and evaluation is based on regular curriculum. If a student requires access to adaptations, regardless the type of adaptation, assessment and evaluation continue to be based on regular curriculum, ensuring equity for student success. For students who require modifications based on multiple assessments, transition information, and home and school collaboration, adaptations will also be required and assessment and evaluation will be based on approved modified courses. The record of adaptation can be found in Clever on one stop. Keep in mind that an ROA is evergreen and evolving, just as the student's learning, emotional, and behavioral needs change and develop. Therefore, an ROA needs to be reviewed collaboratively and updated on a regular basis. Needs to be shared with student and family. It also needs to be printed and included in the cumulative record. Who requires an ROA? Those students who have been diagnosed with a disability that is pervasive and requires specific adaptations to consistently be able to show what they know and can do. These are students that will require access to adaptations as they progress through elementary, high school, and then meet the criteria for adaptations and accommodations at the post-secondary level. However, not all students who access adaptations through the adaptive dimension will require the documentation of an ROA. For example, some students who have an IAP as adaptations should be considered when developing, writing, and implementing this individualized plan. Those students who may periodically need consideration of the adaptive dimension due to a variety of circumstances that may arise. In these cases, the teacher uses their best professional judgment and autonomy to decide what adaptations are in the best interest of the student to be able to show what they know and can do. Adaptations offered through the adaptive dimension or the ROA acknowledge diversity and difference in student learning and needs. For more reading, the Ministry of Education has published the Adaptive Dimension for Saskatchewan K-12 students, which was updated in 2023 to support school teams with this work.